My taste in music has always been eclectic. So I've loved jazz music and classical music. I listened to Whitney Houston. I listened to Aretha Franklin. I listened to Olivia Newton-John. My parents were playing Bob Dylan and Carole King. And so I listened to so many different styles of music, instrumental music, meditation music, Tibetan bell, deep meditation, Buddhist music. I mean, it's just so much incredible work out there. And I think if I were to have been supported by the idea of being able to just write about what I wanted to write about, I would look to my having listened to Sinead O'Connor and Tori Amos and Kate Bush. It was a twofold passion of mine in terms of listening to these beautiful artists. One was just their songs are incredible and their harmonic choices and their voices. But I also quickly came to realize that if I could sing along with Patti LaBelle, I could hit every note that God bless Mariah and all these amazing singers were hitting, that somehow I could sing, because as my brothers were wont to do, I was told that I couldn't sing at all. So my self-perception was that I didn't have a voice. So then if I was singing along with all these incredible artists whom I felt really buoyed by, it showed me that maybe I was heading down the ideal path for me. My earliest memories are from Germany. My parents were both teachers in the military at the base camp in Lahr. It's by the Black Forest. They were teaching and we were in school. And my parents have always been traveling Wilburys. They've always adored the idea of just going everywhere around the planet that we possibly can get to. So I come by that pretty honestly. I lived in Heiligenzell in Germany for 3 years and went to Kinderschule. We went to school there, and I didn't speak a word of German until my twin brother and I eventually did. And then we would speak in the living room in German, and my parents would be right there. And I have absolutely no idea what we were talking about. So it was this secret language we had, which was amazing. Unfortunately, I've lost it because I haven't been using my German enough. I am a twin, 12 minutes younger than my twin brother. So I'm technically the youngest, but in some ways I felt like the middle child. We are in some ways wildly compatible and very similar, I think, in our humor, in our ability to go really deep together, do the deep dives, interiority dwelling, as I call it. And then at the same time, we're completely different. And his agenda and life mission is similar but different from mine. I don't know if that's a good description of us, but basically, the twin relationship is, for me anyway, it's a complex one, and it's quite beautiful. Basically, we're compatible in so many ways, and then quite different, almost extremely in other ways. Ottawa, Canada wasn't known for its wildly thriving artistic community like Hollywood would be or New York. So when there were some fun opportunities to act or sing or dance or do some form of those expressions, I would see it in the newspaper. My dad would pull it out and say, hey, check this out. So I went and auditioned for You Can't Do That on Television. You Can't Do That on Television is a show on Nickelodeon, and I wound up being on the show for a couple of years. It was a little challenging just in terms of, it's almost like going to new school. Like I walked into this pre-existing group of people who'd worked together for years, and I was the newcomer. I was also the love interest of Adam and Alistair, so I got a lot of hate mail as a young girl for the character I was portraying, which was a little confusing. And to this day, if I were to be offered a role where the two lead gentlemen are competing over her, which is never going to happen, by the way, but if I were offered that role, I would say no. It's just too much to hold. Right around that time, I got on the show, and it was fortuitous because they would have these acting classes that were built into having been cast on the show, which was so exciting. I love any kind of improv or acting classes. It's one of my favorite things. And I was on the show for 2 years, and right during that time is actually when I made my record. So in some ways, I was at a fork in the road where I thought, do I want to act or do I want to sing? And with someone who has multiple forms of expression, that's a slightly torturous idea to live up to because I can't pick a lane. I can table things. So now, back in the day, they wouldn't sign kids. They wouldn't sign a 10-year-old to a record deal. Whereas now They're signing embryos. They're like climbing right up on in there and get the signature.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.